Bresnan back too, and a return to colours for Kabir Ali. Sri Lanka unchanged. Mahela Jayawardene said at the toss he was delighted with the way that things had gone for his side. Not so delighted Steve Harmison. That was his 14th wide of the series, England's 50th in all, and it was the start of a pretty ordinary first over where he sprayed the thing right, left and right again. 3 wides in a 9-ball over that filled no one with hope for the day. Got the odd jeer for the crowd, did no good for his own confidence. It wasn't that much better at the other end either, where Kabir Ali would have had a beating heart, but was thrashed through point by Sanat Jayasuriya, then thrashed backward of square, 2 boundaries before this ball finally was pitched up in the right area and suggested there was a hint of movement in the pitch. Well, there's a quick ball, really quick ball. The first time that Harmison comes around the wicket, which is exactly the right thing to do. He scares the daylights out of Upal Taranga. That's a brilliant stroke. You don't often see Jayasuriya give it that sort of flourish. He's more of a puncher through the covers, but a measure of his form and confidence is in that wonderful free flow. Oh, he's caught that! He has caught that! Jamie Dalrymple is out at square cover, and the magic of Sanat Jayasuriya has cost him his wicket. You can't imagine anybody else, maybe Adam Gilchrist, could play that stroke. To hit a square drive off the front foot for 6 over square cover, except that someone was in the way. Oh, what a field setting. Credit to Andrew Strauss as well. Not sure that we can give all the plaudits to Stephen Harmison, but he has a wicket. Jayasuriya's gone for 14, and it's 23 for 1. Thrashing power and timing from Upal Taranga. Real problems for England. It's a terrific pitch to bat on. They're not making good enough use of the new ball, and if they pitch it in the wrong place, it's there to be hit. Oh, drop.
Well, that wasn't too difficult as cricket catchers go at this level. Ian Bell is usually a pretty good fielder. Maybe he thought it was coming quicker than it did. 46 for 1, and Plunkett's going to bowl his first ball from the City end. I think that's going to be given a wide, yes, because it went down leg side. Lovely wristy flick. Beautiful at that. We've seen some of those shots already. He's made 100 in this one-day series, and that's just flicked with wrists off a length. Tim Bresnan's first ball. Oh, and it's just smashed on the up, over and through the covers. Jayawardene is on fire. Another one on the up, but nearly caught out. He's just so confident, is Jayawardene. He's just going after everything. That was a pretty good length ball that he tried to hit over the top again, and I don't think it was that easy a catch. Quick run tight. I think if it had hit, I think the fielder might have won that battle. See this one-handed on the move, throws it quite quickly, and he's out if he hits. Oh, width again, you see. Tim Bresnan giving Taranga width, and he's just leathered it through the covers. Oh, and he's slogging again. That's on the up. Taranga's in a really violent mood. This is like a charity match now. The 2 Sri Lankan batsmen are just throwing the bat at the ball. Oh, good shot. They're just making room for anything and everything. I think they really fancy themselves today, Sri Lanka. Their confidence is high. I don't think they think too much of the England bowling. Oh, what a shot. Steve Harmison's second ball just lifted him straight back over mid-on. Well, they just can do anything, these two batsmen. Jayawardene in great touch after his century in the last match. That's another wide down leg side. 8th wide of his, well, in his 6th over. Oh, it's wide. That'll get smacked. It has. And Liam Plunkett can't stop that. Well, first over a spin from Jamie Dalrymple. Just giving Teranga a little bit of width. And he's just late cut it past the man beautifully. Shot. Again, he whips that through the onside off the stumps with lovely wristy work. Well, that could be his 50. Jayawardene just late cutting it. I think he'll get 2 there. That's a splendid half-century. That's his 35th one-day international half-century. He's come off 32 balls. Yeah, it's a good shot. It's a good reply by Teranga. That brings up his half-century too. Splendid innings. 59 balls. He's played some excellent shots. And it's helped put Sri Lanka in a fantastic position. 127 for 1 in the 19th over.
Interesting question there. Don't think he's going to be interested in that. That was quite close. Jayawardene does like to whip the ball across from about Midland leg stumps. The height as well may have saved the batsman there. Just angling in. That's quite straight. A little unlucky there, Tim Bresnan. Beautifully clipped into the gap. That was the shot of a man who's come into this match averaging over 100 in this series. No wonder they're joyful. This whole series has been one-way traffic, epitomised by the batting today. The measure of England's bowling really is that the run rate is over 6, and the only wicket taken was a man caught right on the boundary edge. Out! Vikram Solanki took the catch at extra cover. Dalrymple's deserved that. He's probed away, varied his pace quite well. And Teranga just trying something a little bit extra extravagant. Smart bit of reactive work there from Vikram Solanki at extra cover. He's one of the real specialist fielders that England brought in here. Taranga's gone for an excellent 60 though. Sri Lanka 160 for 2 now.
This wouldn't be good if we had rain now, just as Jayawardene is really beginning to accelerate. Everybody's settled, a full house in at Old Trafford, watching an experimental side just fight back a bit. Steve Harmison is into the attack again, and he bowls to Kumar Sangakkara. Oh, got him too! Extra bounce from the big fella. What a good bit of bowling from around the wicket, incidentally, where England must persevere, especially against the left-handers who find it difficult when they're cramped for room. That really gets big on Sangakkara. And it's a good catch from Geraint Jones. Good athleticism from him. Spring heel he was. 173 for 3. And England have put the brake on a bit. Sangakkara made 7. England's 16th wide.
30 overs gone, Sri Lanka 180 for 3. Mahela Jayawardene again leading the run spree, heading for his 2nd successive century in this series. Questions have to be asked, though, about the England bowling. Why, for instance, was Harmison bowling seam up, holding the ball down the seam rather than across the seam to stop the ball swinging? Swing just exacerbates the loss of line that Harmison has suffered consistently and won't make balls like that so embarrassing if he bowled it across the seam. Why also was Kabirel and the other England bowlers bowling over the wicket, giving the left-handed Sri Lankan batsman lots of width to work with? Bowling from over the wicket, his natural angle will give the width to the left-handers, which they love. If he bowled that same delivery from round the wicket, the ball would start off heading towards the stumps, then moving away towards the slips, would be much harder to play. But bowled from over the wicket, it's got 4 written all over it, and Teranga says, thank you very much. Harmison, you see here, bowling round the wicket and immediately posing problems as a result. Having said all that, though, you have to admire the skill and dexterity of Mahela Jayawardene. Just 1 over from Plunkett here showed his range. That was a beautiful opening the face shot there, a languid clip through mid-on. Here's a slightly more inventive shot, just lifting the ball over the mid-on fielder. Deliberately done, a little bit more unorthodox there, picking the ball away through mid-wicket, and then here the last ball, dabbing that away down. Beautifully controlled shot to keep the strike. If he does that for the next 20 overs, Sri Lanka will ease past 300 for the second time in succession.
Amazing placement. Really, you've got to give him such credit. He's a joy to watch, but he's also devastating. There's Tilakaratne-Dilshan, and unfortunately there isn't an England fielder. Done it! Liam Plunkett. Useful breakthrough. Tilakaratne-Dilshan bowled out. Really, every time England get the ball a little fuller in length, we see them cause problems. It's not just the line in this one-day series, it's been that they bowled too short too, but this one doing enough to confuse the loose stroke from Tilakaratne-Dilshan. Just 7 from him, it's 196 for 4. Gentle pace of Ian Bell has been, well, arrogantly treated, dismissively treated by Mahela Jayawardene. Got him, just the thinnest edge. Thank you. Ian Bell has a wicket for England in a one-day match. Geraint Jones takes a good catch. And Russell Arnold's second attempt at the finest of late cuts fails. Bell taking the pace off the ball, just running his fingers across the seam. That might have been what did for Russell Arnold. Only 7 for Arnold. It's 214 for 5. Now, has that found the space? It has! What began as a daredevil innings from Mahela Jayawardene has turned into a delightful one. His 8th one-day 100. Well, that's out. As simple a dolly as you'll ever see. Mahela Jayawardene makes the kind of mistake that England wished he'd made about 2 hours ago. Jamie Dalrymple has his wicket, and Dalrymple deserves it, actually. Throughout the whole of this series, Dalrymple's been the one bowler who's understood how to bowl to Jayawardene and not made life easy for him. He looks a really good cricketer, does Middlesex's Dalrymple. This is a splendid comeback by England. Suddenly 220 for 6, the Sri Lankans. The main men out, new batsman at the crease. Well, who knows? Lovely 100 by Jayawardene.
Oh, that's the best shot in the game. You can't hit it off the middle of the bat for 4. You want a fine edge where the bowler and captain don't have fielders. Counts in one-day cricket as good as a great shot. Oh, that's a mis-stumping that. It's off a wide. That certainly turned quite a bit from Dalrymple. And I think Maharouf was quite a long way down the pitch. You watch here, he's quite a way down. Oh, well bowled. Well bowled indeed, beautifully bowled. Just went away from Taminder Vaas. Liam Plunkett there getting one, just a little nipper off the seam. Carried nicely to the keeper. But a good spell of England. These two batsmen, Vaas and Maharouf, have only been able to chip away with singles, and England have got themselves right back into the game. That's Vaas gone for 7, and Sri Lanka 250 for 7. Oh, a little bit of width there. Got a ball straight at the end of the innings. Once you give the batsman a bit of width, the ball can fly anywhere. Shot. That's a good shot. Made himself a little bit of room. You've got to give credit to the batsman, to Maharouf there. Just stayed a little bit leg side so he could get the bat through on the up. I know it's through. Well, he only seemed to clip that. It's almost, you thought, that's a quick one and it will be saved, but he raced away. Well, it's a full toss. First ball from Kabir Ali, and that's got smacked away. Oh, good slog that. Goodness me. Bandara only averages about 8 in one-day cricket, and he's just smacked that straight out of the park over long on, as sweet as you could hit anything. Yeah, good shot is that, isn't it? Oh, it's gone like a rocket. Mahroof really got hold of that. Takes Sri Lanka to 298 for 7 with 1 over to go. Oh, he keeps on bowling full tosses, does Kabir Ali. This has got smacked right out of the park by Mahroof. Brings up his 50, and it's the 50 partnership as well, and 305 for 7.
To find people with the skill to bowl Yorkers at this stage of the innings is difficult. That's why you need the Yorkers. Because full tosses and length balls don't work, Jeffrey. Where's Darren Gough?
Well, I wish Darren Gough were playing. I'm a big fan. Oh, he's hit that as well. Length ball. They'll get hit at this stage of the game.
And that was a ferocious assault by Faiz Mahroof and Melinda Bandara to go with that lovely innings from Mahela Jayawardene earlier in the piece. 318 for 7. That is a record score in a one-day international at Old Trafford. 2 for 51, Steve Harmison. Some bad with good, I'm afraid. 2 for 60, Liam Plunkett. 2 for 44, Jamie Dalrymple, the best of the English bowlers, and a wicket 2 for Ian Bell. 319 then for England to win it. We'll see whether... Welcome back to Old Trafford. Marcus Trescothick leads England out to bat. With him, Alistair Cook. Andrew Strauss has dropped himself down the order. England need 319 to win it.
Just wide of second slip. Slightly lucky opening of his account for Alistair Cook in one-day international cricket. He's only played 17 games for Essex in one-day cricket. Kevin Peterson just enjoying a day with his feet up today at Old Trafford, not included in the side because of his knee injury. And some inexperience in that England batting order. Trescothick's played over 100 one-days, but Cook's in his first. And down the order, Solanki, Dalrymple, Bresnan, players like that are really just starting out on their one-day career. Beautifully played, Marcus Trescothick. Down the wicket, Trescothick aggressive. On a length from Vass, but Trescothick making something out of that delivery. Nicely played. Bit of a gift, really, from Chaminda Vass. They're pretty rare these days. Cleverly played. That's a good shot. Marcus Trescothick was bowled out trying to play a shot like that at Durham, playing across the line. He hit that a bit straighter with a cleaner swing of the bat there. More of England's walking wounded on the balcony there. Glenn Chappell, who broke down after the first international in Ireland, and Jimmy Anderson. Nicely played again by Alistair Cook again. In fact, Vass straying onto the pads, just trying to find that line, tucking the batsman up and getting it a bit wrong. Over the top. That was aggressive stuff from Alistair Cook. We haven't seen a shot like that in his brief Test career. Backs away a little bit there. That was a chance. That was Trescothick just trying to do something different. Feeling the pressure. Came off the edge, and Sangakkara's grasped it. That's the way to play it. Step outside leg and hit it straight. Yes, he's got one through. He's been trying to find that gap, Trescothick. The bowling was just a little too good, or sometimes the fielding was too good. Runs are coming at a fair rate for England just at the moment. 48 for no wicket they are now. The run rate 6.13.
Shot. It's gone very fine. Nobody there with fine leg up. Not a good ball that. That's Cook. Brings up the 50 partnership in the 9th over. Oh, a little bit of weight and he smashed it. Absolutely caned it as Trescothick. Oh, Great shot. Marcus Trescothick hit that with consummate ease, wasn't it? It's easy, this, isn't it? So easy. Just hits it with simplicity. Good Yorker. Good comeback, and unfortunate. Trescothick just tried to squeeze it out, but he's got 4 runs for it. That's what happens when things are going for the batsmen, and they are playing well, our England. Another good Yorker, but again, attempted Yorker, pretty good and straight, but he's just clipped that for 4. Oh, that could be out though. He's hit it really hard and well, and Malinga's got his man. He's bowled well. He's bowled with some pace and some fire, and not always been lucky. He's been smashed by Trescothick, some superb shots, but eventually Marcus Trescothick has holed out to Bandara at mid-off. A wonderful 44 of 40 balls, and England is 77 for 1. Well, they got runs for it. A bit of a mix-up there in the fielding. Bit of shabby fielding, in fact. It's gone for 4. Shot. That went quickly. He took that on the rise. Went very quickly. Had no chance at backward point. Oh, he's got his man. A little inside edge there for Dilhara Fernando, has done for Alistair Cook. Well, they've tried out. Both these fast bowlers have now struck a wicket. They've been smacked to the boundary by the batsmen, but they've got their man. Cook's played very well for his 39 of 38 balls. And finally just edged one into his stumps. 2 big wickets coming quickly for Sri Lanka, leaves England 85 for 2. Oh, what a beautiful delivery. They're bowling really well. The seamers for Sri Lanka are bowled tight, disciplined. And England have had to play really top-class shots to make headway. 90 for 2 after 15 overs.
Good stroke. Stood tall, waited for the ball to get the top of its bounce, and then they gave it a good old-fashioned clatter. And the same again. Now that might run away for 4. Been quite a quick outfield. It does so. Chaminda Vaas is probably a little long in the tooth for the sprawling dive that a 20-year-old might have given. Yeah, nice. Really strong and positive from Ian Bell. He was in terrific touch up in Durham. There's a little beauty. Strauss is as good as anybody at playing that specific stroke.
That's neat. Using the pace that Dilshan offered, guiding that into the little gap. It's a fast outfield here now as it's dried out. Almost neck and neck, the teams at this stage. Sri Lanka were just 1 run ahead, and they'd lost 1 less wicket. The great surge in their batting came towards the end of their innings. England need the same sort of impetus in the last 20. One of the most disconcerting things about that is the guys have drunk the contents of all those empty pint glasses, and that's what happens when you watch England these days. Sharp single from Ian Bell. They made it safely. That puts England halfway there. They need another 160 to win from 22.4 overs. We'll see if they can turn potential to victory after the break. Welcome back to Old Trafford. England chasing 319 to win, are quite well placed. They need 158 more to win, but they have got 8 wickets in hand. They need a rate of 7.13 runs and over, but Bell and Strauss are going well together. And that's a big wicket for Sri Lanka. Strauss trying to repeat that little glide shot that he pulled off a couple of overs earlier, but getting it a bit too fine, straight to the wicketkeeper. What a shame for Andrew Strauss, who was looking good in that middle order role. He was dabbing it and nudging it around quite effectively. Did he get just a little feather on that? The umpire certainly thought so, so did the Sri Lankans. Dilshan looks a pretty innocuous bowler, but he's made a crucial breakthrough. Strauss gone for 45, England 161 for 3. Oh, it's gone onto the stumps. 2 wickets in 3 balls for Sri Lanka. Even though the ball wasn't in the keeper's hands, it rebounded onto the stumps. The bails hadn't been dislodged earlier. Bell is out of his ground there, onto the stumps, and he's going to be given out. Gone for 30. England now 161 for 4.
Played, beautifully played. Didn't hit that very hard, did he? Just sort of helped it on its way around the corner. Played marvellously in the opportunities he's had in the one-day internationals. Big plus for England is Jamie Dalrymple. Oh, that's an easy stump. See, the ball there didn't bounce. It was just the stress and pressure of the situation of having to get 8.5 runs and over. And eventually Solanke runs down the pitch, tries to go for a big hit. And look how the ball bounces. Below half a stump height. Solanke's gone for 10. Sadly, just too difficult, and left England in more trouble at 178 for 5. Well, the Sri Lankan spinners have done a fantastic job. It doesn't matter which pair bowl. England have got serious difficulties now. It's up to 10 runs and over. They can get the odd single, but they can't get any boundaries. Oh, it's gone for a big shot. Is that going to be out or 6? And it's 6. Oh, I think he's holed out, though. He meant it a little bit wider than that. Well, it was a straightforward catch in the end. It was a brave effort by Geraint Jones. 23 of 20 balls when England were becalmed, and he tried to sort of whip this a little bit round more mid-wicket, but instead he's holed out at long on. It's a shame. 23 for Jones, 212 for 6. Well, that's a good shot, isn't it? No, it was a fine cricket shot. That's a hell of a shot, really. You can't put fielders there off a top edge. Oh, this is silly, isn't it? Oh, dear. Well, if both batsmen had gone quickly, I think they might well have got home. Dalrymple doesn't really turn. It's shall I shan't, will I won't, and it's too late. 20 of 13 balls by Tim Bresnan. Well, here we are, England 254 for 7. They need 65 of 30 balls. But there's not much difference between Sri Lanka's score at this stage and England's. But it just shows how poor England's bowling was in the last 5 overs when Sri Lanka got an enormous amount of runs. Oh, good shot. That was a cracking shot. Just took that on the up, Liam Plunkett. Oh, that's a good strike. Another attempted Yorker by Malinga. Was a low full toss. It's not going to be enough, though, love. You can dance all you want. England is struggling.
Yep, and Jeffrey was quite right. There wasn't too much else to shout about. Hard as Jamie Dalrymple tried, even he perished in the end, bowled out by Dilhara Fernando. Kabir Ali was a victim of Dilhara Fernando's darts. Excellent turn and shy. And then Malinga Bandara picking up the last wicket. Liam Plunkett. Huge disappointment really for England, but great joy for the Sri Lankans, who have played extremely well since they fought back for a draw in the Lord's Test. They lost at Edgbaston, but of course they won famously at Trent Bridge. 285 all out England. The problem is simple. Everybody's getting a start and no one's going on. Only one England player against Ireland, Marcus Trescothick, has made 100 in a one-day international in a year. All the Sri Lankan bowlers doing their bit, but keep an eye on Malinga Bandara, the leg spinner. He's handy. That's it then, Sri Lanka winning it by 33 runs, and they've taken a 4-0 lead in the series. Here's Simon Hughes.
The performance of the Middlesex all-rounder Jamie Dalrymple has been a bright light in this England series. With the ball bowling off spin, he's accurate, he's probing. He bowls at a good pace too, not too slow. He varies his pace. He's also sharp in the field and sharp off his own bowling. He's got strong fingers and he does turn the ball quite a lot too. And he can bowl round the wicket as well as over. He seems quite philosophical at the crease, even when the runs are being scored. With the bat, he's a resourceful batsman. He's not a big hitter, but he's able to nudge and nurdle the ball around. He seems calm at the crease, even though it's a big run chase. He's versatile too, with that little delicate, deft reverse sweep. And he can supply the odd meaty blow through the offside too. At this point, he can ink his name into England's potential World Cup squad. And now, here he is with Mark Nicholas.
High praise from Simon Hughes. Is the World Cup your ambition?
Oh, it'd be a dream. I'd love to play there, of course, but it's a long way over the horizon at the moment. There's a lot of one-day cricket, even for England before then, and a lot of work for us to do.
You must be comfortable with your form in a team that's struggling.
It's a difficult balance to strike, really, isn't it? I think that ultimately you just want to win games. Cricket's okay, there are individual elements, but it's a team game, and true happiness comes along with winning games, I think.
You came into a side that was buoyant. It had been successful for 2 years. Do you feel now that you have to play a part in lifting it?
I think we all do. I mean, everyone's got to try and put together that winning performance, individual or collective, whichever way it goes, to get that first win, start the role that everyone always talks about, the habit, and kick on from there.
Have you had any clear-the-air talks to try to lift morale?
Everyone, I think, the kind of dressing room you got, everyone's always chatting about ways you can try and play, ways you can improve, everything, little areas to look at. And I think it's more of an ongoing process rather than a deem a moment and have a big crisis meeting. I think you're always trying to improve, and something obviously we've got our eye on at the moment.
All right. Thanks very much for talking to us. I've also got a bit of news on Andrew Flintoff, who's been here at Old Trafford today. It'll be around about the 11th of July, prior to the first test against Pakistan, that he will be reassessed. That comes from Dave Roberts, one of the leading physios up here looking after him. So I think it's some time before Freddie's going to be in the side. It's up to guys like this to lift English cricket at the moment. It's a rough old patch.